Everywhere I go, I always see people arguing about what's better, cats or dogs. Now, I've seen this conversation everywhere, and every single time it goes something like, oh, well, cats are better because they're soft and obedient and they don't do stuff to you whenever you don't want them to. And then people always come back with, oh, well, dogs are fluffy and they play with you all the time and they're amazing. And, well, they're both right, but it just depends on the person. But the thing is, people don't seem to understand what this conversation is actually about. They're always confusing, oh, it's dogs and cats, cats and dogs, dogs and dogs, dogs, cats, cats. But that's not what this is about. You see, dogs and cats aren't in this equation. The answer to the question is frogs. Now, this might shock you a little bit, and you might be saying to yourself, well, how is it frogs? Isn't this supposed to be a question about cats and dogs, dogs and cats? No. No, it's not. You see, the thing is, while everyone's out there talking about the cats and dogs, the frogs are actually there, waiting to be heard, waiting for someone to finally understand, but no one does. Everyone's always so interested in their own conversations. They don't understand that the frogs are there, and the frogs, they need it. They need you to talk about them. They need the intention just as much as the cats and dogs do, but no one seems to understand. So I am here. I am going to unveil the truth that these frogs, they need us, and this cats versus dogs thing is the answer to getting into these frogs. Now, this might be hard to understand. You might be a little weirded out at first, because I mean, this is your whole life is falling apart because of this fact, and it's true. You're not gonna you're not it's Now, you see, a conversation relating to cats and dogs should not have frogs in the equation, which is a really weird thing, since that's exactly what this is about. But here's the thing, though. There's no correlation between these animals. You see, what happened is, the dogs and the cats, they're working to keep the frogs away from our lives. This might not make sense at first, but think about it. These frogs, they exist, which is scary to these animals, because if they see them, it's gonna be pretty terrifying for them to see this. So they tried to make a plan so that they would be ignored, so no one would know anything about the frogs, so no one would be interested in them. So cats versus dogs, it's how it works. It's what they're using to get us away from the facts of reality. And we need to fight back against them. We can't let this happen. This is just awful. They're distracting us from the most precious animals in existence. I mean, look at these things. You think that how can this be? Look at this thing. It's beautiful. I just don't understand. It's just. We need to put an end to this. We need to put an end to all of this madness, all of this frogs versus cats, dogs versus mats, pats versus jats, baps versus babs. I need a. So I need you guys. I need all of you to help me free these precious animals. So all of you, if anybody ever asks you, what's better, cats or dogs? I need you. Don't answer the question. I want you to go up to them and tell them the truth. No. This is not about that. Never ask me that again. The answer is frogs, my friend. Frogs. There's no cats and no dogs. Frogs are the real... Frogs are... we need them in our lives. Just we need these animals. We need. In conclusion, all is well and good. Frogs are amazing, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk.